Alright, hey guys, Simon here. We are in Minecraft working on a series of design exercises, although not really anything that I'm doing much, is there? It's mostly just flat pieces of foundation. Okay, well, it's gonna be more interesting. So there's a shop there and there's a mausoleum here. I've built most here. You can see that I've done a lot of work. And to complete this, you have to make the ceiling, right? So the next one we're gonna do is some houses, specifically some dirt houses. That'll be interesting. So a few dirt houses here. I'm not sure about this hill though. I am I'm pretty well actually I'm pretty sure that I don't want this hill right here. So I guess there'll be more digging. And I'm not sure about this neither. I've kind of changed my mind about this. I might just say, build a monumental project of your choice that it's about this size. And then before that, build a path, or maybe after that, build a path leading to your monumental project that transforms this area. So that doesn't really make sense, does it? So choose something that does not necessarily fit into a grassland, a plains, and then this path. I guess I would. Should I keep it like this? No, I think I might just straighten it out. Just straighten it out. Maybe move this back a bit and say, do the transition between the city and the monumental project of your choice. Presumably there'll be a theme of some sort. It might be a castle, it might be a palace, it might be a skyscraper, it might be a spaceship or whatever it is. Or it might be Ponyville. It could be anything. But build a transition between the city and your thing. So wherever it is you end up, you want to change the environment as you walk to it, so that when you're here, you're in the city, but then by the time you're at the end of the path, you're at this other place. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. I think that makes more sense than what I had in mind before, but we'll see. So for now, we are going to build a dirt house. How should we do this? I guess the floors are gonna have to be dirt as well. This could be a little bit complicated. How do you make dirt without the grass on it? You can't, can you? Can you have dirt that you can't grow grass on? I don't think you can, so maybe I don't have a dirt house. What can I use aside from dirt? This is really bad. This is really ugly looking. Hardened clay, hay bale. No, I still think dirt is the best idea. I just don't know if... What is Podzo? What is Podzo? Like, what happens when you... What is that? Anyway, so there's the mushroom stuff, there's dirt. I guess I'll just use dirt. I need to remove this somehow. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this. What to do? And there's not very much space here neither. Alright, let's just start on the flat side. Let's start on the flat side, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do with the other side later on. So residential with a road in the middle. Let's make the foundations. Let's make it about 1 meter or 2 higher than the ground. Yeah, let's do that. So let's just raise this whole thing on a sort of a plinth, like that high maybe, and then we can have cobble foundation around the thing, I think. So then we're just gonna fill all of that in, and then over on the other side we are also going to dig out everything down to here, and then the road. So the houses themselves will be on the plinth, and then the road can, I guess, lead up to this raised level. So we're gonna build everything on a raised level. I think that's the best idea. Just because there's a hill back here, I don't want it to cut too deeply down behind it, like in front of the hill. So we're gonna put 3 blocks up. So we're gonna fill in a bit and then cut out a bit, and hopefully that's gonna make it okay, make it make sense. I'll figure out the road later on, but for now I'm just gonna fill that in, and I might do most of this off camera again because I'll basically be filling in a lot of dirt here, which is not that interesting. But yeah. Or maybe I'll have a staircase. That might work. A staircase from the road. So maybe, actually no, maybe I'll keep the road at this level, because technically this should be at this level. Because it should be, the ground around the city square should be flat. So that's going to be filled in 1 level up. And that's going to be filled in as well a little bit there. And then we're going to raise the buildings on the plinth. So I need to fill in the stuff inside the cobblestone with dirt. And then I can start doing the houses. Alright, so let me just mark this out. And have a look at it, just to make sure. And then if everything is okay, I will stop recording and fill this thing in. So let me just do this. Is that right? Did I... It's not right, is it? Because I actually put that... I actually have it 1 block out. I actually have it out here, don't I? Alright, that works too. There. So the idea for this exercise is I'm going to build dirt houses. As I think I said this at the end of the last video. And your task will be to change the dirt into either colored wool or colored clay. And you have to use at least 1 block of every single color in either series. And you're going to turn it from dirt into something more colorful. And the point of the exercise is to think about colors. And that's pretty much it. So it'll be a very colorful exercise, basically. And we'll see what kind of stuff people come up with. Because colors... I mean, colors are they're not easy. It's not easy to work with colors. It's one more thing you have to learn if you're interested in design and architecture. Some people, I think, guys are actually more prone to being colorblind than girls. Like men are more likely to be colorblind than women, and it's something to do with in your eyes there's different receptors for color and for black and white. And your black and white receptors are actually faster than your color receptors. And so if you have more black and white receptors and fewer color receptors, you actually have a faster reaction time visually. So you can see things happen more quickly if you are actually colorblind. So that has advantages when you're, say, if you're hunting, or if you're driving fast or whatever it is. So for whatever reason, and we kind of know the reason, it's because of the speed of the visual response, is that you can see things happen faster if you're colorblind. So men are more likely to be colorblind than women. And this goes back to the old hunter-gatherer days when humans were not very advanced. And typically men did most of the hunting, and women did most of the gathering. So hunting animals for meat requires the ability to see movement, right? Because you're hunting moving animals. Whereas if you're gathering things like fruit and and nuts and you know, other plants, other sorts of food, maybe seafood, then it's beneficial if you see more colors. If you're, for example, gathering fruit. So seeing more colors is beneficial if you are a gatherer and not a hunter. So seeing movement is more useful for a hunter. Seeing colors is more useful for a gatherer. And women are actually better at seeing and dealing and then talking about colors. Just even talking about color. Like, women have more words on average. This is on average. Obviously, you know, with each gender, there's individual variations between people. But on average, women have more words for colors than men do, which is interesting. So, you know, a guy would be lucky to use like all the colors of the rainbow, or like have words for them. So, you know, when we talk about, you know, red, yellow, blue, green, black, white, brown, whereas women tend to have more words like salmon and what are some other colors? Cherry and what are some unusual words for colors? See, I'm a guy, I can't even think of very many. Mauve, magenta, what's another? Beige. Like, I mean, how often do you guys use those words? I don't know. So I mean, it's not, you know, it's not always useful to make generalizations and, you know, talk about the whole gender as if everybody's the same. Obviously, not everybody is the same, but just on average. What on earth is that? Oh. Just on average, yeah, women do have more words for colors than men. So, and the assumption also is that they actually see more colors than men, in the sense that they see more, or they can discriminate between finer variations. And there is some proof to it. As I said earlier, men are more likely to be colorblind. I mean, just that kind of tells you that, you know, men are more likely to see fewer colors, right? Although again, you know, this is averages, and there is always going to be variations between individuals. So what am I trying to say? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so color is something you have to practice. Maybe especially if you're a guy, because you might be colorblind. I don't know how many of you guys are colorblind. Or you might be kind of slightly colorblind and you don't even know it. Like, how would you know? I mean, when you look at the world and somebody else looks at the world, like, how do you know that the way you see colors is the same way as they do? Like, you don't really know. I mean, they say, okay, that thing is red, and you say, all right, that's red, I get it. But maybe they see different things, you know, maybe they're actually seeing something slightly different from you. You don't know. And color blindness does exist. And so maybe some people, they're not completely colorblind. They can tell the difference between, you know, red and green, but maybe they don't actually see it as well as you do, or maybe they see more than you do. Maybe you're slightly colorblind and you don't know it. So you don't know these things, and you can't really tell. It's very hard to measure these things. But yeah. So if you're not familiar with colors, or if you're not used to dealing with colors, I have to admit, like, I personally do not instinctively use very many colors in my designs, and that's just how I am. Not that I don't think I'm colorblind. I'm pretty sure I'm not colorblind. I can see all the colors that everyone else usually sees, but I'm just not very colorful as a person. But then I know I have to be mindful of that, and so, you know, if I'm aware of that, then I say, okay, well, I'm not usually a colorful person, but maybe in this project, maybe we need some colors here, and so then I'll do it. You know, if I'm aware of it, then I'll do it. So it's one of those things. And I'm not talking about this. And maybe you have different things you're not as fluent with. I mean, everybody has their strengths and weaknesses, right? So maybe I'm not that good at colors. Maybe you're not that good with shapes, or maybe you're not that good with symmetry, or whatever it is. I mean, as long as you know what it is that you need to improve, then you can do it. You can just practice more, focus more on it, and then get used to it.